Let's pay a visit to one of Hollywood's largest and best-known sound studios, Todd A.O. Glen Sound. This is Jim Wolvington, sound editor.
Glen Sound provides audio services for many of the nation's best-known television shows like Falcon Crest and Cheers and Highway to Heaven. Also provides audio services for feature films produced by all the major studios like MGM. We're using the Synclavier principally for sound effects generation at this point. One aspect of the Synclavier that makes it a very attractive tool for both from a client's perspective and from the perspective of Todd A.O. Glen is that it's a very cost-effective, very efficient means of cutting sound. An example might be if you have a couple walking down a beach, and I've used this over and over and over again as an example. With the waves crashing in behind the romantic couple walking down the beach, you basically need to cut the sound of a wave crashing every time you see that wave, in fact, crash in behind them. Now, cutting that in any kind of analog fashion or conventional film cutting fashion would take a very long time, depending on the length of the scene. But with the Synclavier, I simply load in a series of waves into memory and play the keyboard as I see it, and then it's finished. So what might ordinarily take as much as a full day to cut takes me basically as long as the scene is in real time. With the demands that these producers are putting on companies like Todd A.O. Glen, the Synclavier is basically the only means that I'm familiar with that we can generate this kind of quality and this kind of cost-effective productivity. I see it being very clearly the means of the future to produce all of audio post-production sound for both film and television.
Thousands of TV commercials and videos are produced in the United States each year, costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Murray Allen is an entrepreneur, the owner of Universal Recording Corporation in Chicago, the Midwest's largest post-production studio, and one of the country's busiest producers of television commercials.
We at Universal feel the studio cannot honestly call itself world-class, nor can it claim to be state-of-the-art if it does not own and utilize a hard disk digital audio manipulation system. Now, having said that, we have researched every such system on the market and some on the drawing boards, and have found only one system sophisticated enough, fast enough, with the kind of sheer computer power we need to serve our clients. That system is the Synclavier. A final soundtrack is comprised of many separate elements. These elements may be dialogue, announcer, music, sound effects, and more sound effects, and even more sound effects. By traditional methods, each sound effect may take 15 to 30 minutes to find, assemble, and mix. With the Synclavier, this whole process can be accomplished in under 2 minutes. In our business, time is money, and any savings in time will be reflected in a positive way on our bottom line. When we buy new equipment, we project a 40% return on investment for the first full year of operation. Early returns on our Synclavier looks as if we will actually be closer to a 60% return on investment. And best of all, it does not take up much space, thereby keeping our overhead low. However, our Synclavier does a better job than studios 100 times larger. Unfortunately, I have these old types of studios too, but they're on the way out now. The Synclavier is a very important tool for us in the production of TV commercials because, number one, it's fast. We don't have to wait around for technicians to go searching for tapes and files. It's all there. Secondarily, the fidelity. It's a true hi-fi piece of equipment. It sounds great. We build a room around our Synclavier. We call it the Composer's Corner. It really is the first tapeless recording studio in the United States. The reason we did this, we felt the Synclavier is such an important piece of equipment that it deserves to be spotlighted as the key piece of equipment in any room. Unlike other studios that set it next to a tape recorder or next to something else, in our room it's the soloist and it's the star. I personally believe that any studio that wants to stay in business will have to get a Synclavier. The Synclavier is one of the most powerful tools available today for the production of audio tracks for TV commercials. We could do things we never dreamt possible just a couple of years ago. We love it. The clients are thrilled by it. Now we'd like to give you an example of a TV commercial. First, we're going to show it to you with sound effects by itself, and then the elements of sound effects and dialogue mixed together.
Thank you.